Artificial intelligence is shaping the future faster than any technology we have ever seen. But with this rapid growth comes massive risks that demand global cooperation and new rules. China recently introduced a bold proposal for global AI governance that caught the world's attention. This proposal could redefine how countries manage AI and how businesses use these powerful tools. It pushes for collaboration while also raising questions about control and national interests worldwide. Some see it as a necessary step toward safety while others fear hidden motives inside. Either way, this proposal shows that AI has reached a point where rules are essential. In this video we break down China's plan and what it really means for everyone. We will also explore the impact on technology, business, politics, and our daily lives worldwide. So stay tuned until the end and do not forget to like and subscribe. 1. What exactly is China's AI governance proposal? China's proposal focuses on building an international framework for safe and ethical AI development. It calls for countries to cooperate instead of competing in an uncontrolled AI arms race. The idea is to create global standards that ensure AI benefits society instead of harming it. It emphasizes transparency in algorithms, fairness in outcomes, and accountability for decision-making systems worldwide. China argues that AI cannot be managed by one nation alone since its influence crosses borders. The plan includes creating forums where governments, companies, and researchers discuss policies together in detail. It also highlights protecting developing nations from being left behind in AI advancements globally. Overall, the proposal presents China as a leader willing to shape rules for future technology. 2. Why AI governance matters more than ever. AI is already influencing healthcare, finance, transportation, and even national security across every region today. Without proper oversight, systems can create biases, errors, and unintended consequences that harm millions quickly. For example, facial recognition can misidentify people and lead to false arrests or surveillance abuse. Autonomous weapons powered by AI could cause conflicts without human control or responsibility anywhere worldwide. China's proposal highlights these dangers and stresses that governance is essential before damage becomes irreversible. By creating global rules now, countries can avoid disasters while still encouraging responsible innovation worldwide. This is why the proposal gained attention from international organizations, governments, and private companies worldwide. AI governance is no longer optional but a necessity for humanity's safety and progress moving forward. 3. China's push for shared responsibility. A core message of the proposal is that AI development requires global shared responsibility urgently. China suggests that nations should not only regulate their own systems but also cooperate internationally. This includes sharing research on risks, monitoring cross-border data flows, and reporting security incidents transparently. Shared responsibility also means creating joint rules that prevent monopolies and unfair advantages by certain countries. It aligns with China's vision of a multipolar world where power is distributed more evenly. By framing governance as shared, China positions itself as a responsible player rather than competitor. This narrative helps China gain trust while pushing its influence into global decision-making structures broadly. Whether the world accepts this framing depends on how transparent China proves to be. 4. Concerns from the West and other nations. While the proposal sounds cooperative, many countries question China's real intentions behind it. Western nations fear the framework could mask stricter surveillance standards aligned with China's own policies. Critics argue that China's track record on data privacy raises doubts about its leadership role. The United States and Europe prefer governance led by democratic institutions rather than authoritarian regimes. They worry China could use global rules to legitimize its domestic control methods internationally. Developing nations also remain cautious, balancing the benefits of cooperation with fear of dependence. The proposal therefore faces skepticism even as it receives interest at international forums worldwide. Trust will ultimately determine if China's plan becomes accepted or just another political statement. 5. The role of international organizations. For China's plan to succeed, international organizations must play a critical role moving forward. Bodies like the United Nations and UNESCO could help establish neutral platforms for AI dialogue. China has suggested that these institutions host working groups and standard-setting committees for governance. 6. Balancing innovation with regulation. One of the toughest challenges in AI governance is balancing innovation with necessary regulation worldwide. Too many rules can slow progress, while too few can lead to dangerous consequences globally. China's proposal attempts to address this by allowing flexibility while still enforcing essential safety guidelines. It calls for regulatory sandboxes where companies can test technologies under controlled environments responsibly. This approach aims to encourage startups and researchers while keeping risks manageable for society overall. 7. Implications for global businesses. Global businesses are watching this proposal closely because it will affect how they operate worldwide. If global AI governance rules emerge, companies will need to adjust their strategies and compliance systems. Multinational firms may have to meet standards set not just locally but also internationally. This could mean higher costs in development but also more trust from customers and investors. Businesses in finance, healthcare, and e-commerce stand to benefit from clearer global rules immediately. It also reduces uncertainty since companies will not face wildly different AI regulations in each country. However, stricter rules could challenge smaller firms unable to meet expensive compliance requirements worldwide. The proposal therefore has both opportunities and risks for business communities around the globe. 8. China's strategic advantage beyond cooperation. China's proposal also gives it a strategic advantage in global AI politics. By leading governance talks, China places itself at the center of rule-making processes worldwide. This allows it to influence standards in ways that align with its technological priorities long-term. It also helps China counter US dominance by creating alternative frameworks for international AI cooperation. If adopted, the proposal could increase trust in Chinese AI products across global markets broadly. This would strengthen China's position as both a manufacturer and regulator of advanced technologies worldwide. For Beijing, governance is not only about safety but also about global power projection strategically. This makes the proposal both a diplomatic move and a technological one for China today. 9. The future of AI diplomacy. The proposal represents a new era where technology itself becomes central to global diplomacy worldwide. Nations are no longer just negotiating trade deals but also digital frameworks that shape daily lives. AI diplomacy is about ensuring that technological progress does not destabilize global security or stability. China's proposal is an early example of how nations will compete through governance structures worldwide. This competition will not just be about who builds the best AI but who sets the rules. As countries debate the proposal, they are also defining their own diplomatic roles in AI politics. The future may see treaties on AI similar to nuclear or climate agreements made internationally. AI diplomacy is therefore becoming as critical as any other field of global negotiation today. 10. What this means for everyday people. While governance talks may feel distant, the results will affect everyday people directly worldwide. Global rules can determine how safe self-driving cars are or how secure health data remains. They also influence whether AI-powered hiring systems are fair or discriminatory in selecting applicants. If governance succeeds, people benefit from safer, more reliable technologies across industries everywhere. But if governance fails, the risks of accidents, privacy breaches, and job losses increase significantly. China's proposal therefore matters not just to politicians but to workers, consumers, and families worldwide. The future of AI governance could shape whether technology empowers people or controls them. This is why understanding these debates is essential for everyone living in a digital world. Outro: China's bold proposal on AI governance signals that the world has entered a new chapter. The debate is no longer about building AI but about how to manage it responsibly worldwide. If successful, this plan could shape the way nations cooperate and compete in technology. It could bring fairness, transparency, and safety while also fueling rivalries over global influence. For businesses, it sets the stage for compliance, trust, and new opportunities across international markets. For individuals, it could mean safer technologies and more reliable systems in daily lives everywhere. But the future remains uncertain, depending on whether trust can be built across borders today. AI governance will likely become one of the defining issues of our generation worldwide. Stay tuned for more updates on this critical topic shaping tomorrow's digital society and economy. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on global technology.